Hello everybody, it's your friend Rick. It is August the 3rd, 2017. You need to contact me. It is for affidavits, donation. It's rick0327@me.com. Please don't email me because you're too lazy to use Google. Okay, I'm not your personal Google service. Okay, I like helping people, but I don't like helping lazy people. Okay, So anyway, you got the good news yesterday, and I believe that filing all those papers ahead of time sent the message. Okay, because let me tell you that those kids are 8 months old. That's a lot of federal money right there. Okay, and when I put that together, that's what I do now. Excuse me, I'm fixing my neck. When you send a donation, and I send you guys the affidavits. Yeah, as a lot of you know have them. I have different folders. Folder for affidavits for the support. I have a folder for if your driver's license is suspended. I have the folder for the Secretary of Health and Human Services, and I have a folder for you, things to do before you go to an upcoming court appearance. Now, it's not just filing court papers, it's also reaching out to the child support agency, a few things. I have PDFs in there for you to do things like that. So if you saw in the video yesterday, he filed all of those affidavits. So the message that was being sent was, hey, this guy's got his shit together, it may not be worth it. I mean, I could just tell you, in my case, a woman shows up with nothing. I mean, I showed up my first appearance almost 7 years ago, and I was prepared. I had a lawyer. My ex-wife showed up with nothing, and 7 years later, here I am doing videos talking to you guys. Okay, so they bend over because it's all about the cash. All right, so you got a dismissal instead. Got it dismissed, and somebody sent me an email with the video of that idiot in Virginia. Hey, dummy. I don't watch. By the way, I don't watch his videos. I don't mention his name on purpose because, and hopefully Ahmed Osiris, he's been attacking me, Ahmed Osiris, Wasil Bey, and I know from me, hopefully I haven't talked to Ahmed Osiris about this idiot. I'm not even going to mention his name because we don't want him to have any views. He's an utter buffoon. A buffoon. And I know it for a fact now because I know his name, and I Googled his name, and he had a federal lawsuit not too long ago that got dismissed. Actually, the appeal got dismissed not too long ago. And now this moron is trying to rip people off of $500 for for his paper. And by the way, I thought it was funny. In the description box, he's like, "I'm not a lawyer. This is for educational services only." Hey, dummy, if you're going to educate people, you might want to learn how to spell, okay? It's D-U-E, do, not D-O, okay? A Mount Dew is not a Mount D-O, it's a Mount D-U-E, okay? And it's not trail by duty, it's trial by duty. Trial by jury. All right, not trail by jury. You would think that if you're filing papers against in a federal court, you think you might want to maybe try and use Spellcheck. Listen, you don't even got to be smart. All you have to do is you're not even smart enough to use Spellcheck and grammar check. That's how dumb you are. And then you're going to try and rob somebody for $500? I mean, are you kidding me? I mean, my grammar's pretty good, but I still check. I'll use the spell check and grammar check. I also have a great app, and a site. I'm not talking about this idiot anymore, but listen. I won't mention your name, dummy, but try and use spell check and grammar check next time. And by the way, that paperwork that you sent in is nothing but that regurgitated bullshit that's been passed around on the internet. Okay? Terry of the family. I mean, all that. I'm a human being. Listen, that doesn't work, dummy. Evidence works in the Constitution. You're just giving them a clear signal that you don't know what you're talking about, and that you're using regurgitated garbage. How about using your own words? How about using your own thoughts instead of using that regurgitated nonsense out there? And listen, all that stuff, for the guys who originally made it, very bright guys. But I know you didn't think of it, okay? Anyway, there's a great app. It's for free. For all you guys out there, it's called Grammarly. 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 And what it is you could use it on YouTube. But with us, with the Microsoft Word, you just, say you type something up, you copy what you just wrote and you paste it into Grammarly, and it points out all your grammatical errors. That's why it's called Grammarly, and spell check and stuff. It's great. It's a great app. I use it sometimes, like just to see, like a game I play. When I type in something up, I'm like I'm not a perfectionist, but I take pride in what I do. So I play games. Like when I'm typing something, I'm like, all right, I'm gonna take this now, and what I'm doing is I'm having fun with myself, competing against myself by saying, you know what, I'm not gonna rely on Grammarly to help me out. I want to get it right. So what they do is they'll give you a score. Okay, like they'll give you a 92, believe it or not, of errors, believe it or not. So I'm always trying to get 100. And a lot of times I get 100. I'm pretty proud of that. For a guy that I'm telling you, I used to write like this dummy used to write that I'm talking about. Okay? But, I strive to be a better person. And being that I'm responsible for trying to help a lot of people, because I take pride in what I do, I take pride in my work. Yeah, there's some errors in my paperwork. Some of my errors in my paperwork are there on purpose, believe it or not. Because I want the court to believe that it's not, somebody else doing it. I want the court to believe that, my subscriber, you guys, that submitting the paperwork, it's your paperwork. I want them to believe it's you. Because then the judge will run game on you. Okay? So, Mario submitted his paperwork, and look what happened. Dismissal. And he got 2 dismissals. So that was 2 dismissals. 1 for each child. Okay? Again, that's very rare. But anyway, I would put in the Grammarly, and I get 100. It's good. It teaches you, grammar. Grammar is very important. And listen, I'm telling you, I went to high school. I didn't go back to college till several years ago, and I learned how to write, and it's very important in the court, okay, because it sends a message to the judge. I've always said, you can write it in crayon, whatever. That's true, but your presentation is important. And if you look at my paperwork, I don't do it exactly the way I do it my way on purpose. I want it to be authentic. Okay? That way, you know, they look at it, and, you know, I know with me, the way I get treated when I'm dealing with the family court, you know, where I'm from. Listen, they got memos written up about me, okay, for a reason, and not because I'm disrupting when I go there. It's because I'm on point, and they know. Also, you know, I tried to file a federal suit myself, which anybody, you know, I have it. This dummy, if you want to go check my paperwork on PACER, go right ahead. Okay? You'll see. I have my stuff put together good. Really good. That's the reason why they shut me down. Okay, but I'm not done with them. I'm gonna go back at them again down the road. But anyway, I also the affidavits that I got. If anybody, you know, you wanna get them to stop taking money from your paycheck, you know, reach out to me. You want child support to stop, reach out to me. I have the affidavits to do it. I have the way to do it. Okay, and those of you who have donated in the past, you're going to have to dole out another donation, because again, this is a different ball game. It's a different court. It's different paperwork. Okay, you got your money's worth out of me. Trust me, I didn't rip you off. Okay, again, I can't go into the court with you and hold your hand. It's not, you know, I can't make any guarantees because, you know, we're dealing with criminals. I just had a subscriber this email me because he's going through a divorce, and I told him, I go, dude, they already have the agreement pre-made. And what I do, I said, anybody out there, if you're going through a divorce, you know, these judges, they don't have a right to tell you when you can see your children, how much money you got to pay. They've been getting away with it, but they don't have that right. You know, they have the, geographical, I retain personal jurisdiction. No, personal jurisdiction is jurisdiction over you, your body. Okay, when do they have personal jurisdiction on if you commit a crime, or they have, you know, evidence that you harmed somebody? Okay, without that evidence, nobody has personal jurisdiction over you. So, if you're getting a divorce, why does a judge have jurisdiction to tell you how much money you have to pay in child support, when you can see your children, what holidays you're allowed to see your children? They don't have that right, but they get away. Or forcing, this is the best one, forcing you to pay child support through a state system, a state collection system. Oh, by the way, that money subsidizes their pension system, pays their salaries. Oh, what a coincidence, huh? So anyway, Brian emailed me. He's like, Rick, you were right. They had it pre-made up. And I gave him an affidavit. It's a declaration of rights. And it says all the things I just said to you guys, that, you know, you don't have that right to tell me when I can see my children. And there's a case law. First of all, it's the First Amendment. That's your First Amendment right. You have a right to privacy. Okay, and there's a case law called Troxel versus Granville, Granville, and the first one is Troxel, Troxel, Troxel versus Granville, and it's the Supreme Court case saying what I said, that a judge or a state government, and this applies to us, by the way, cannot interfere in your life and in how you rear your offspring, unless there is imminent danger, or your not parenting. We don't use parent. That's parent, like Amon Osiris says. You're rearing your offspring you're raising them, unless your rearing skills are placing your children in harm, then they can interfere. I mean, listen, sadly, they have a broad base of what they consider placing your children in danger. I mean, if you try and take your children out of the hospital after they're born without getting a vaccine, they try to take your children, these maniacs. I don't know about you guys. I don't want anybody sticking needles in my kids. These vaccines are very bad, guys. I don't know if you know this. You know, I usually stick to child support, but I know a lot about other stuff too. I'm what you might call a conspiracy theorist, dude. Okay? But there's a lot of stuff out there that the government's doing is very bad. What's his name? Bill Gates, that owns Microsoft. Well, he did the vaccinations in India, and like 100,000 kids was, you know, injured from these vaccines. All right? Does that sound like he's helping? Anyway, listen, I'm gonna shut this video down. Hope to hear from you guys, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.